Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. My name is Kanal and I'm joined today by my best friend when it comes to bluesy and all that jazz, Leigh Fuge, Mr. Leigh Fuge. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Pleasure as
sure.
always.
It's always a pleasure. Last time we did a couple of videos, it was really
Yeah.
fun. And I've been seeing that you're busy with guitars and reviews and everything, and you must know your stuff, right?
I think I know my stuff.
Yeah, that's a dumb question to ask, but we're rolling with it. But yeah, so like what's your favorite, let's get straight to the point. What's your favorite piece of gear, I mean guitar, at the event? I mean you're holding it,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, what I've really kind of clicked with are these Revstars.
right.
It's the first time I've played the new Revstars,
Hmm.
actually. I've kind of not avoided them intentionally, but the release kind of passed me by, as it were.
Hmm.
So I finally got to actually spend some time with them properly.
Right.
And yeah, these things have just blown me away. They're just so, I don't know, just so reliable and well priced. And yeah, it's just
Yeah,
everything I kind of look for in a guitar seems to have happened with the Revstars.
and they're a new design. It's not made in the 60s, but it kind of feels like it's made in the 60s because it just works.
It's got a bit of a retro vibe, hasn't
Hmm.
it? It sort of like takes cues from a lot of classic things. Like, I mean, it's a double cut design, so you kind of instantly think SG, but it's not really an SG. It's kind of constructed a bit more like a Les Paul, but it's
Right.
not a Les Paul. There's all these kind of,
And it has this cool
yeah,
tailpiece and everything.
yeah, there's
Right.
plenty of those kind of retro connections without it being a direct copy of one
Right.
of those things.
Well, there's probably a lot of videos that are done with the Revstar, and you can check all the specs. But like my thing is, the Revstars, they give you this opportunity to create your own voice on the instrument,
Yeah.
and I think that's really valuable.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's what Yamaha were kind of going for with this.
Yeah.
It's like got all these classic kind of inspirations, but it's not set in one thing. You, like you said, you can kind of get a Revstar and you can do your own thing
Right,
with it.
right. But again, nice guitar. But
Mm.
let's say, because again, I noticed that you're really busy with getting guitars, reviewing guitars, which is really cool. But what do you look at when you first get the guitar? So what do you search for in a guitar when you first get it?
Okay, so for me, reliability is the big one because most of my background is live music.
Yeah,
So I spend
right.
a lot of time traveling, playing gigs. So whenever I'm looking at guitars, I always think about that as kind of my main kind of anchor point.
Hmm.
Would I trust it to do a gig?
Right.
That's the big thing I always think of. Like when I look at a guitar, would I take this on stage and trust it to do what it needs to do in front of people?
Okay.
Because you don't want to take a guitar up on stage that's going to let you down.
Yeah, but do you judge it by the price point and everything? So let's say you get a guitar that costs 300 euros or 300 pounds. Are you gonna look at the fretwork and see if it's a bit rough? You're gonna say, it's okay, it's just 300 euros.
I mean, I think these days, I think we've got a lot of good options in the €300 price point.
Right.
So I think that price isn't as directly connected to quality anymore.
Right.
Not like it used to be.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, if you play like a €2,000 PJD like
Yeah.
that, it's going to be better than a €300 guitar, of course. But €300 guitars aren't necessarily bad anymore. So
Yeah.
I think we're definitely seeing a bit of a shift in that sense.
That's what I'm trying to get. Like, I think we're living in a golden era for gear because, like, you can get guitars for 300 euros that just work,
Yeah.
and you can take them out a gig with,
Yeah.
and pedals that just like sound really good and really affordable, and amps like that Super Crush 100 right there. I think that's 599 for the head, and it's 100 watts of Class AB power, and that can hang with any drummer, and you're just gonna have a good time.
Yeah, sounds great as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we're not seeing as much of a difference in terms of like, you can spend less money and still get something good these
Mhm.
days. Because I've done plenty of gigs with my PJD guitar.
Which is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you
Congratulations.
very much. But I've also done loads of gigs with one of my Harley Benton guitars.
Right.
And it's really just down to like I said, it's like, does it feel reliable? Would I trust it?
Right.
That's kind of the main thing I look at.
Cool.
And it's same for amps really. Like something like the Super Crush 100. It's not the most expensive amp in the world, but if you feel like you could trust it to get through a gig, then
Right.
it's a great piece of gear.
That's like a different conversation for another video. Like, me, I don't like gig a lot, so I sit at home and just like focus on the guitar. So it kind of has to be really good. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I'm just looking at it, and I'm all alone. I play this guitar, and you have to be perfect. So I spend a lot of time setting up guitars. So as soon as I get a guitar, as soon as I buy a guitar, first thing I do is take 20 minutes, change the strings to my preference, and set it up. Even though it's just like one move of the truss rod, I have to have my setup.
Yeah, of course.
Cool, reliability. But let's hear that thing, because yeah, guitars make sound, and I would love to hear that.
Yeah. Bit out of tune.
Let's get some driving.
Okay, so we're going for the blue.
Yeah. Nice.
So
Nice.
versatile. He's so much with this.
Yeah. So here you like my viewers are gonna love this because they know I don't gig, and they're like getting a perspective of a player that gigs. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Lee's channel. He's awesome. He does this weekly live stream that I'm always a part of in the chat.
You are, yeah, you are.
And it's
You're
so
always
much
there.
fun. Yeah. And I'm always gonna be.
Appreciate that.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
having
This was really fun. So follow the hashtag 42GS4, I believe, right?
That's the one. 42
And
GS4.
you're gonna get a lot of content coming soon. So
Full spelled out as a word.
yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen.
It'll appear somewhere.
Yeah, editing. It's one hell of a thing.
That's the magic of YouTube. All these words just appear on screen.
All right. So with that, we will catch you with the next video. Have a good one. Bye bye.